Welcome back to CTV Morning Live and our Ask the Expert segment with Watson's Pharmacy. Scott Watson here to answer your questions, bring us the information. 789-6559, extension 2803 is the number you want to call. You can always reach us via our email, via our Facebook, and via our Twitter page as well. We're going to continue to build on some of these slides that you brought in, doing comparisons of traditional medicine and using some of the alternatives that are out on the market. And now we're into a good night's sleep. Oh boy.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice? So yes, there are many prescription medications that can be used, and there's lots of research going on. It's very interesting, actually, in the prescription world and what they're trying to do for helping people sleep. But one thing I wanted to talk about, for one in particular product that was discontinued in Canada, it's called Zaleplon. What was nice is it was very short acting, so people that could, for example, if they woke up at 2 in the morning, they couldn't get back to sleep, this product was perfect for them because they could just take it, it was in and out of their body in probably about 3 to 4 hours, and then they could just move on with their day. So we actually compound this. We're working with some of the sleep doctors at the Royal Ottawa.
This is an example of what you talk about with compounding, knowing that
so
it's there.
It's very useful for certain instances. This company just decided Canada wasn't, they didn't want to market the product. So, but it was very useful for certain people, and we can actually make that. So we do. That's where compounding, I think, is very, very useful, okay? But in terms of the alternative complementary therapies that I see a lot of, magnesium. Magnesium helps our body produce our sleep hormones. Simple magnesium, it's good for your heart, it's good for your bones, but it can be taken at bedtime and it can actually help us sleep. So that's a very good thing for people who do have trouble sleeping to know. Melatonin as well. I've seen melatonin work quite quickly. So if people do have that problem where they're up at 2 in the morning, if they just take a melatonin, there are some sublingual versions. This might be, I think this is an example, and that could be very useful. It just tends to get into our system a little bit quickly, and it's a very useful product that's non-prescription.
When you're talking about non-prescription, are these things that you would look at for an extended period of time, or these are, you know, maybe try some of these but don't use it as something that you're going to do for the rest of your life, where you hope that it balances itself out?
My hope with things like melatonin and some of the other ones is that it's just going to be for a short period of time and just to right the ship, so to speak. Things like magnesium I don't think are bad for people to take all the time, because that's a good
But I was thinking with melatonin, you're almost, you don't want to mess the system too much. You want to get it back on track.
So you want to get it back on track, and if you find that, you know, after a week or two, things are just still not really getting to where you want to be, do talk to your doctor, because sometimes you do need to speak to a sleep specialist in those instances. So good things to try again, but of course it's not a total substitute for really if there's problematic issues going. Okay? Some other ones I wanted to talk about, phosphatidylserine. I think that can just help if people are, they have this constant worry and they find that they're just thinking all the time.
They can't shut off.
That's right, so phosphatidylserine can help there. And then there's combination products that have combined so many, like melatonin, lemon balm, all these different valerians, all these different natural products, and those can be quite useful as well.
Okay, and when you talk about the combinations, would you know, should someone say, okay, here's what I have, but that you'll know some are better to take with others and certain ones you just don't want to mix and match?
Right. So especially if you're taking other medicines, and you know, make sure that your pharmacist and your doctor knows about the whole picture, just so they can make the right suggestion.
Okay.
Okay. Neuropathic pain. So shingles. This is a very for some reason, when it comes into fall, we always think of shingles, and I see more people coming in getting treated for shingles. If they do have that classic, you know, red raised papules or a little along a nerve pain, go to the doctor, because they can give you an antiviral medicine. Sometimes you're going to need some prescription pain relievers to go along with that, because shingles pain is very, very intense. But to supplement that, we can do some complementary therapies that include B complex vitamins. One in particular that I think is very useful is this one called benfotiamine. And so that's a very nice thing to know, that these can help actual prescription medicines work better, and they can work on their own too. And then there is the topical agent like this Kalaya Ultimate Pain Reliever. It's developed in Waterloo. It's by a friend of mine named Phil. And it has glucosamine, emu oil, and MSM, and it's actually provided a lot of relief for muscles, but for people with Shingles pain, I've seen it work wonders. So if people do have that shingles pain, consider this product as well.
Okay, can you do this in 1 second because I got to throw to a commercial?
Yep. On the B complex vitamin, so B complex vitamins are very good for nerves. So if there is that neuropathic nerve-related pain, then this is just very beneficial as well.
Okay. We can come back to this topic if you want to have some more information on it, but you need to send us in a question. And so we do have to take the commercial break, but get it in. 789-6559, extension 2803 is the number to call if you want to ask us live on the air, or send us an email, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. You can always send us a message via our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and of course there is the information in terms of contacting Watson's Pharmacy and Wellness Center. They do have 2 locations. 192 Main Street is their signature location, and the newest one, 1308 Wellington Street West. We're back after this.